Goi. My name is Mianscum. I'm the president for the Creative Arts and Crafts Association. I've been with the association for the past at least 5 years now. And we've worked so hard to see that the vision of our deceased elders are followed through with what we try to do with CNACA. So we're working hard. We're trying our best to accomplish the vision that our elders had back in 1973 to 75 when they started talking about the arts and crafts and how important it was to protect it back then and how important it is to protect it today for the future generation. So there's a lot of work that needs to be done, but we are doing our best to meet our young people's dreams, visions, desires, aspirations, goals. So today we hosted our first actual arts festival in which we awarded 7 individuals whom we recognized had potentials in their works, in their arts, their crafts, and also in their music. And we hope these people will continue to pursue their dream, whatever it may be, and that the young people will continue to learn from our elders who were here this week to teach. I especially want to thank those traditional teachers that were here, like Thomas, who spoke on Friday evening and told us how important and how beautiful our language, our culture is, and how he encouraged us and also the future generation of what he saw and what he thought would be good for the future generation. So there's a lot of people that we would like to thank, but Thomas comes to mind, but also I look at the future generation, which includes Ceremony, who've done a tremendous job in creating their art and also performing for us this past week. An award was given to Buckley for recognition for the time that he has inspired the Cree Nation as an actor and that he pursued his dream as a young man and that he never gave up on what he saw the need for the Cree Nation and what the Cree Nation can do. He believed in the dream that he had for the Cree Nation, and it was such a beautiful and emotional evening that we had with Buckley when we gave him the award as the Legend Artist of the Cree Nation. And he alone stands out there today to inspire. Just the name alone inspires. Buckley Bitwavano. Everybody will know who he is. When the agreement came into force back in 1975, when the signatories signed the agreement, back then there was the main idea behind the Cree Native Arts being a part of the James Bay Northern Quebec Agreement was that the traditional tools, the arts, the toboggans, the tamaracks and all that kind of work, the embroidery, the tanning, would be preserved for the future generation. And today, there's a lot of change. I do believe back then when the negotiators or the leaders of that time did not anticipate the growth, but also the change that was forthcoming within the younger generation. And that is what we're trying to capture with what we did and how we try to promote CNACA, to showcase that everything is covered under this entity to help as many as we can achieve their dreams of what they want to become or what they would love to do in terms of their hands, with their hands, rather than just, dreaming about it. But now they can accomplish what it is that they want to do if they know where to go and how to get support and all that. And we must continue to encourage our elders to continue to teach our young people today so that CNACA can be a part of the development for the future generation, so that the future generation doesn't lose any of their visions or their desires of what they want to become. One of the things that we wanted to capture is a lot of our people are not aware of copyrights and how copyright is very important in the way that they look at music, art, and all that. So we asked one of our partners to develop a little booklet to help understand the importance of copyright, and we're grateful for that. And there's also the teachings that came from people like Harvey Blacknett, who taught the tamarack techniques, how to make it. And it was interesting to watch them yesterday while I was observing how the little that they had, they were able to create something so beautiful, you know. And then I went over to the ladies' site and I watched the ladies, the non-natives, you know, that were sitting there and trying to do beadwork, embroidery on a miniature type of mittens, you know. It was nice to see that, you know, the two nations working together and teaching one another their culture. You know. Yes, that's one of our main focus for this coming year, 2013-14, is to develop as much partnerships as we can with people who can help us achieve what it is that CNACA is and was supposed to be. And one of the things that we have done in the last few months is meet with people that we had heard about that were interested in helping other organizations achieve their mission, you know, or their vision. And we were fortunate to find Nadine St. Louis, and she's helping us with trying to get clientele from south, you know, to come and visit the Cree communities, but also we're going to be doing our part whereby we will be bringing our artists to Montreal. And right now we're looking at, I guess, renting a location in Old Montreal to make this thing happen. And it's just in the works. We haven't done anything about it. We've discussed it, and Nadine is aware of what we need. So she's working on our behalf to try and find a location in Montreal, Old Montreal, to help us. And when that is done, then we're hoping that in 2014 we will host the next awards in Old Montreal. Yeah. Well, I would just say that I would like to continue to encourage the young people to pursue their dreams and not to give up on them. And like Buckley, he's a prime example of what dreams can become, you know, if you don't give up. And it's so easy to be discouraged and to find yourself in a situation whereby you want to give up. It's very easy to do that. I believe if all these artists had that in their thoughts, you know, we wouldn't have CNACA as it is today. You know, but because they have the dream and they want to pursue it and they want to follow through it, we have people like Jimmy Wiskachan, who's still painting today, even in his late 40s, I think. And when you look at the other artists that are coming, like Ceremony, Little Matthew, and Pac, you know, they're influencing a lot of us people, you know. And we also have the leadership that's there, like Thomas. You know, when you look at him, you find a lot of inspiration just being around him and asking him all kinds of things that he knew and what he heard back in the mid-1970s. Then you look at, you know, Saunders, who's teaching how to make snowshoes, you know, and he describes them in such a way that the description of these models are so beautiful, the way he describes them, you know. And you look at Harvey, who does the tamaracks, the creation that he makes with them, you know, and also the other, Bertie and Marianne, you know, their contribution to culture. You know, it's just amazing what the future can hold for our future generation if we don't stop what it is that we want to create and continue to pursue the dreams that we have our personal dreams, and never giving up on them. So I'm hoping that we can capture as much of the arts and crafts as we can to promote and to make our young people realize, because our young people are hands-on. They prefer doing things with their hands rather than, sitting in an office, many of them. When I speak with the youth, that's what they tell me, we need training here, we need to do this, we want to learn how to tan moose hide. And oftentimes when we develop these programs or these projects, we have more students than the program requires. Usually, to get the assistance that we need, we have to have 15 students. And most of the programs that we've held in the last 3-4 years, they've all exceeded double that, and some even triple. So we see the youth are eager to learn their culture, but at the same time, we lack the material to accommodate them. So therefore, partnerships that we try and develop with CTA, CODA, CRA are meant for the youth, are meant for the future generation. We want to encourage them, support them, give them that materials that they need, so that when they're old and they're growing, they can tell their children also that this is what I learned from my grandfather, this is what I learned from my dad, how to make a paddle, how to make snowshoes. These are the things that I think our young people need to know today so that they can pass it down. And like I said, like Thomas said, our culture is so beautiful, our language is so beautiful, we need to continue to use it, but also to hand it down to the next generation.
You mentioned the youth, and I know in Mianscum, like when we used to take the kids out of school and bring them to the shop one, they'd be like so happy. Do you have anything working with the Cree School Board, or they're on their own and you work more with CODA? And
well, one of the other things that we have in the last few months, I guess I could say, since the new elected chairperson was there, she's asked that we meet with her to go over some of the things that maybe we can work together. So Cree School Board, to me, is on board with CNACA for the future. I'm hoping to meet with her and to go over what their plans are, and we go over what our plans are for, which would include education and also cultural, language and all that. So yes, we are hoping to have a Cree School Board on board as soon as possible so that we can do things together. Yeah.